The 1990s were an experimental and expansive era for musical culture. This expansion broke well into the 21st century and gave us the amazing soundscapes we have today. For most, music is very influential, and learning about its history can be extremely satisfying. Today I want to teach you about the band Radiohead and how their unique music gave us an honest approach to art. First, we must look at the band's upbringing. According to the article Radiohead, A Brief History by NME, the band was first formed in 1986 and was called On a Friday. The band then signed to EMI Records in 1991 and changed their name to Radiohead. In 1992, the band released their debut album, Pablo Honey, which actually wasn't much of a success, but thankfully, one of the songs of this album became a massive hit, this song being Creep. Now, I'm sure you've heard this song before, but let me play you a clip to see if you recognize it. But I'm a creep. A very popular song, to say the least. About 3 years later, in 1995, the band released their second album, known as The Bends. According to an article by William Goodman on Billboard.com, the Bends reached number 4 on the UK album chart. In the Rolling Stones article, Radiohead's The Bends, 10 Things You Didn't Know, the recording sessions were actually extremely tense since the band had a lot of pressure to follow up their previous album. With the band's development became their breakthrough. Radiohead's real acclaim came from the release of their most notable album, OK Computer. While being an experimental piece, this album still had the gritty rock sound that fans loved, and many say that the album is a true masterpiece. According to the article Exit Music by Mark Hogan on Pitchfork.com, this album sold more than 4.5 million copies worldwide. After OK Computer, Radiohead strayed away from their usual sound and dove into an electronic collage of experimental dissonance, this being realized in the album Kid A. Here is that album. These songs on the album being Everything in Its Right Place, Kid A, the national anthem, How to Disappear Completely, Tree Fingers, Optimistic, In Limbo, Idiotech, Morning Bell, and Motion Picture Soundtrack. The last one being my favorite of the bunch. Taking a look inside, we have nice art and a black edgy CD. The sound of this album was very different from their previous albums. As we can see, this is what they usually sounded like. More rocky. And here is the first song on the Kid A album. It is clear that there is a massive difference in the two sounds, and a lot of fans of Radiohead thought that this leap was too much. And this album did not get the numbers that OK Computer had achieved previously. However, this leap of individualism solidified Radiohead's honesty, proving that they did not care about the numbers, they only cared about expressing themselves musically. According to the article, How Radiohead Changed Music Forever by Andrew Harrison, in 2007, they released their album In Rainbows and let the listener decide how much to pay for it. This reinforced the band's stance on individuality and had a huge impact on the record industry. From Radiohead's rise to their incessant fame, we can see a very interesting band make very interesting music. It is so important to let art remain true, and Radiohead is a prime example of this. Their honest approach to self-expression helps us be true to ourselves and to our thoughts.